Good afternoon. Let me discuss some physical properties of haloalkane and haloarenes and some questions related to the physical properties and some questions related to that of a SN1 and SN2 mechanism. First of all, I will tell you in short about the physical properties. The first physical property is that of a physical state and color. All of you know that the haloalkanes are colorless crystalline solids sometimes they are liquid. If they are liquid, they are sweet smelling liquid, and you know all the bromides and iodides, they develop color due to the exposure to radiation. You are very much aware about it, and you have studied about the color of these halogens even in that of a P block jewel. Now, the next very much important point is that of a solubility. We get very good number of questions from the solubility. All the haloalkanes are polar. They contain electronegative halogens, but beside that, they are very much less soluble in water. Their solubility is more in organic solvents in comparison to that of a water. Actually, what happens that water is having hydrogen bonding. The halogens are not able to break this hydrogen bonding properly. The less energy is released when the halogens combine or haloalkanes combine with that of a water. The haloalkanes are not able to make hydrogen bonding with that of water. There is a release of very less amount of energy takes place. In this manner, because there is a release of less amount of energy takes place, their solubility is less. That means I will say that the new attractions which develop are very much weaker than the attractions which already exist. Which attraction exists? That is hydrogen bonding in water. That is the strong bond that exists, and because of this, their solubility is less. They are less polar as they should be. Besides, they are carrying negative as well as they carry negative charges. Now, the third property is density. You know, as the mass of halogens increases, the density always increases. Density is mass per unit volume, so there will be the increase in density that will be taking place where the polyhalogen compounds are more denser than that of a monohalogen compounds. The next very much important point, that is a melting and boiling point. Melting and boiling point, particularly boiling point, depends upon the van der Waals forces. Halogen compounds are polar, although they are not so polar, they are slightly polar. They are having polarity. Because of the polarity, their molecular mass is more than that of a hydrocarbon from which these are originated. These molecules are having dipole-dipole and that of a van der Waals forces, because the boiling point depends upon van der Waals forces. So these are having dipole-dipole and that of a van der Waals forces where as a result the boiling and melting point increases with the increase in the size of halogen. If I consider normally for the same alkyl group, suppose the alkyl group is same, the boiling point is of the order of Ri, Rbr, Rcl, Rf. This is a first. The size of halogen is bigger here. The van der Waals forces are bigger here. Second case. Now suppose the alkyl group is same, but the number of halogen atoms are increasing. Suppose there is a compound CH3Cl, CH2Cl2, CHCl3, CCl4. Now, there is a rule that greater the number of halogen atoms, the more will be the boiling point. Greater the number of halogen atoms, the more will be the boiling point. Now, the next is, suppose the increase in alkyl group takes place, it becomes like this: CH3Cl, C2H5Cl, C3H7Cl, C4H9Cl. The alkyl group is increased. If there will be increase in the alkyl group, there will be the increase in melting point will be taking place. Although there is a very less difference in the boiling point. But melting point depend upon that how a molecule fits in the crystalline lattice. These are very closely packed in crystalline lattice. As the alkyl group becomes bigger and bigger, there will be the increase in melting point taking place. Now, one property which you know very well, that is the only if there are isomeric haloalkane. Suppose we are having N-butane, we are having isobutane, or it is N-pentane, isobentane, neopentane. The boiling as well as melting point both decreases with branching, because with branching there is a decrease in the van der Waals forces takes place. You have studied it even in class 10. So there will be the decrease in boiling point will be taking place, and same thing happens in the case of melting point. Although melting point depends upon that how well any haloalkane is fit in the crystalline lattice, but in spite of this, there will be the decrease will be taking place in this manner. Now, there is a one more very important property. These are inflammable. They do not catch fire easily. Because of this property, all the hoses which carries petrol are made up of a rubber which contain halogen. They do not catch fire easily, they are inflammable, and because of the inflammable nature, they are being used in a rubber which consists of only that hydrocarbon in which the petrol can be stored for taking it from one place to another place. Now, I will come to one very important factor. So that is known by the name of polarity. Now I will come to a very important property which is known by the name of polarity. The haloalkanes are polar in nature, but their polarity is not very much. There is a electronegativity difference between the halogen and that of a hydrocarbon. Because of this, they are polar. Now, the dipole moment depends upon the polarity. They are having a dipole moment, but it is slightly less than it should be. The polarity depends upon the electronegative nature of halogen. Now, there are two halogens, RCl and RF. In these, the polarity difference or the difference in their dipole moment is very much less. Why it is so? Fluorine is more electronegative, chlorine is less electronegative, but the size of chlorine is bigger, but the magnitude of negative charge is more on fluorine. So that is why there is a very less difference in their polarity. So that is why जो है there is a, because of these differences, there is a very much less difference in their polarity. Now I come to some physical properties of haloarenes. 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 Haloalkanes are mostly liquid, but the haloarenes are liquid as well as crystalline solid. If we see the haloarenes where these are haloarenes are basically heavier than water, they are insoluble in water and they dissolve only in organic solvents. They are not having any solubility in water. Beside that, the boiling point are of the order iodides, bromides, chlorides, fluorides. Their boiling point are of the order of this way. Now, again I will say that there is not very much difference in that of a boiling point of these haloarenes, that is almost similar जो है. The main difference comes in the melting point. The melting point is quite heavier. It is melting point is quite higher when there are more than one halogen present. Like in this manner, Cl that is present at that of a ortho position, dichlorobenzene. When it is present at the meta position, when it is present at the para position, the maximum boiling and melting point that will be for the para isomer, because para isomer is symmetrical. If I cut it from the middle, I will get the same number of carbon atoms on both the sides. So the para isomers are having maximum boiling point. If I say the other, so their boiling point and melting point that will be less. Now I will discuss the nature of CX bond. If I discuss nature of CX bond, C means hydrocarbon and X means halogen. It will be carrying partial negative charge and it will be carrying partial positive charge. So there is a slight polarity, although the polarity is not so much as it should be. I have already told you reason that these are insoluble, slightly soluble in water, and because of the attraction which they develop, these are less. So these were the some physical properties of haloalkane and haloarenes. Initially I thought that I will discuss chemical properties, but I thought it is better to discuss some of the board questions, because there are large number of board questions which you should know and which you should be able to do. The first question which is given in the board, it is given in the sample paper of 2008. It is question that which has higher boiling point? 1 chloropentane and 2 chloro 2 methyl butane. Now 1 chloropentane and 2 chloro 2 methyl butane, these are isomers. It is but natural that 2 methyl 2 chlorobutane will be having lower boiling point, because I have told you that with the branches there is a decrease in the magnitude of van der Waals forces and there is a decrease in the boiling point. The next question which is given in that of a sample paper, it is a very simple question. You have to write the IUPAC name, although I have discussed some complicated names which were given in the NCERT, but it is very much simple. CH3, CH, double bond C, CH3, CH, Br, CH3. Why I have again chosen it? Because I know that a student make a mistake that they do not count number of carbon atom from the side of double bond. They always prefer halogen, although I am repeatedly telling that the double bond is preferred in comparison to that of a halogen. So if we see, this will become 4 bromo 3 methyl pan 2 in. So this will be the UPSC name. Now there is an again question that which of the following reaction is produced when there is a reaction of CH3 CH double bond C CH3 whole twice with HBr. Now you have to write the structure of product. It is CH3 CH double bond CH C CH3 whole twice plus the reaction is with HBr. This type of reaction you can do yourself. There will be the formation of attachment of bromine that will be taking place with the breaking of double bond. The product will be CH3 C Br Br. Now the next one will be that of a CH, in this case CH3, and there will be, no, here it will be H, Br, and then it will be C, H, Br. Here H and then Br. So there will be the formation, there will be the attachment of HBr taking place, the H will be attached, the double bond will be broken, and there will be the attachment of here the H and Br that will be taking place. Such type of reactions are very simple. There is no need to tell about these way, you can very easily write such type of reaction yourself. Now there is a next question which are mostly here. It is given on the basis of SN1 and SN2 reaction. So I will discuss some of the questions related to that, although I have not discussed SN1 and SN2 reaction because it has been taught you initially. In the SN1 reaction, it is preferred in that of a tertiary alkyl halides. There is a attack of always nucleophile from the front. But in the case of SN2, there is a inversion of configuration and the attack of nucleophile always takes place from back. So there are few questions which are given. There are large number of questions based on SN1 and SN2 mechanism. So I thought to discuss some of the questions today. Which of the following compound react faster in SN2 displacement and why? 1-bromopentane, 1-bromopentane and 2-bromopentane. SN2 reaction is always preferred in that of a primary alkyl halides. So naturally, in this case, the 1-bromopentane, because it is a primary alkyl halide, so the reaction will be preferred in this case. Now, there is another question that chlorobenzene is extremely less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. Chlorobenzene is extremely less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. You have to give the reason. 2 reasons are asked, although there are 3-4 reasons are given. First, the CCl bond will be having partial double bond character and it is difficult to break double bond. The carbon is sp2 hybridized in this case, which is more electronegative, so the bond cleavage is quite difficult. Although the other points are given, that is the stabilization of phenyl cation, and there are so many other points which are being given for it, but these 2 are sufficient because 2 are being asked. Now, there is one more question when that is the how write a chemical reaction to illustrate the fitting reaction. The fitting reaction is the reaction between that of a 2 haloarenes with that of a sodium. There will be formation of diphenyl. In this case, after this I will discuss conversions where all these reactions are required. So there will be formation of biphenyl or diphenyl that will be taking place in this case, and this is known by the name of fitting reaction. Now there is a reasoning question. Ethyl chloride is treated with that of a NaI. So what will be happening? There will be formation of ethyl iodide that will be taking place. Now, some of the question you get on the basis of polarity, that which bond is more polar, which bond is lesser polar, what is the difference between the melting point, why do para isomers are having higher melting point or higher boiling point in comparison to ortho and that of a meta. Then the question based on solubility, that is being asked very frequently. Now the more questions are being given on the basis of SN1 and SN2 reaction. Tomorrow I will discuss SN1 and SN2 reaction and I will explain the mechanism. Then I will only let you know about those questions. Now, in this case, the main question becomes on the basis of solubility, on the basis of dipole moment, and there is a question on the basis of boiling and melting point. You go through it. If there is any problem, let me know, because haloalkane and haloarene is the easiest chapter among all the chapters of organic. Other chapters are a bit difficult than this chapter. So I will say that you go through this chapter. The main problem in this chapter which student get, that is the conversion. So in the next class, after discussing SN1 and SN2 reaction, I will start with the conversions. The conversions are based on the properties. So you should know all the properties so that you are able to do the conversion.